Okay guys, we're going to talk about time-restricted eating. I mentioned when we talked about intermittent fasting that these are symbiotic, or at least people sometimes consider them the same thing. But time-restricted eating is really picking a block of time where all of your meals are within this window and then you fast during the other. So the most popular is an 8-16 window, where you eat all your meals in 8 hours and then you fast for 16. So really the focus is on that fasting time, that you've got 16 hours where you're just not consuming any food. And that provides almost a discipline in kind of shaving off 1 or 2 meals or snacks on either end of your day, so that you just eliminate some mindless snacking. That's the most practical aspect of this. So you know, you might have done something like this in the past without even realizing it. I know I did. I'll tell you a couple of ways that I dieted as a young adult, even teenager. You know, you hear some things, you probably pick up a magazine and read, oh, don't snack after dinner. You know, eat dinner at 5 or 6 and then don't eat. Okay, great advice. That way you're not going to bed with food in your stomach that's going to be more easily converted into body fat. Great advice. Well, that pretty much creates that 8-16 window. Or, you know, one of the things that is more popular now is that people are eliminating breakfast. We've heard conventionally that breakfast is important. You need to get up and eat breakfast. And of course, anytime one thing is established as a norm, the way you get a marketing niche is to upset that, to say, oh, this is what we've thought forever, and now we've got this new principle that I've discovered and I'm changing the entire world. And so we'll take something that we think is incredibly important and well established, and we'll say that's wrong. And people have done that with breakfast. It's not true. Breakfast still has some incredibly important things in terms of how it stimulates your metabolism, reduces hunger the rest of the day, increases stability the rest of the day. But what happens if you do skip breakfast? Does your entire world fall apart? You know, of course not. Some people don't even feel really that hungry when they eat breakfast. So I have learned that I'm one of those people where, you know, I used to wake up and just shove breakfast down as fast as I could to get to work. And, you know, number one, did I really need to eat at that point? Was I hungry? Was I enjoying that food? So I realized, you know, if I just get to work, get busy for a little bit, and then wait till I'm hungry, I actually feel better eating breakfast that way. And so now I delay my breakfast just by a couple hours. And again, not because I'm time-restricted eating, I just moved my breakfast up a couple hours because I realized I felt better. So again, those are principles we can learn, but we don't have to rigidly force them. You know, we don't have to pigeonhole ourselves into calling this one type of diet and follow all of those rules. We can just look at some of those aspects that are helpful and see if we can integrate them. You know, that's the most important point I want to bring across as I discuss these different specific types of diet. And we're going to move on and cover a couple more before we're finished.